Today we're in front of the Merrill Athletic Field. This was a structure that was built in 1940, late 30s, 1940. It's the successor of a baseball field that was used and built in 1925, but in 1940, during the height of the Depression, there was a federal program called the WPA, Works Progress Administration, and it was for unemployed adult men that lived in the area, and the federal government would put them to work to build civic structures, etc. And it was decided that this structure would be built, and as you can see by the picture, it's a granite baseball field, outside walls. That granite was quarried from a granite quarry about 10 miles south of where I'm standing right now. And it's a completely enclosed granite baseball field, and I'm going to pass this on to my partner here. He'll tell you what it was used for, etc.
The athletic park in the 30s was used primarily as a baseball field and football field. The early semi-pro team, the From Foxes, played here in the 30s and 40s. They also played the Packers, which is sort of unique. Merrill didn't win, but they did play the Packers. Also, there was a semi-pro team that played here in the 40s and 50s called the Merrill Rangers. They also had a notoriety during this time period in the early 50s. Henry Aaron, who played for the Braves and was a home run slugger, played in the early 50s here for the Eau Claire Bears. Merrill football and Merrill baseball played on this field through those years, all the way up to the present. The football team played here until 1970. Those were the primary activities that were played here. Other than that, it still is considered one of the premier ballparks in the state of Wisconsin.
I think the future for this field, as Mark had mentioned, Merrill's a baseball town, and almost every Merrill baseball player that came up through the ranks has an experience here playing on this field. And what's going to happen in the future, they keep making upgrades on this structure to make it better. It's an attractive place for playoffs, both at the WIAA level and at the State Legion baseball tournament level. And it's just a landmark in Merrill that this whole community is very proud of. And that's the story of the Merrill Athletic Park.